What's up, traders? Long time no talk, right? I mean, welcome to episode 497 of the show. Could be doing anything but you're here. Oh my god, Tuesday night. Binance hacked. 7,000 bitcoins stolen. Well, whatever, man. Really, it's a lot, but compared to some of the hackings we've seen, it's like a drop in the bucket, right? It's nothing. But so Binance being hacked, why not look at Binance, or why not just stream and devote it to Binance, where you've got Jinping Zhao is got an AMA going on, I think, right now or something. Does anyone have a link to that? A mod? Anyone want to post that so we could look at it together? Let me know if that's possible. I don't even know, because I know he's on Periscope. A link would be great. Thanks. Y'all are awesome. So, look at this. Look what happened, man. All right. We had a huge dump all the way to the previous 1414 fib extension, whatever. It's not even relevant. But 32,496 sats, and we bounced, and now we're sitting at 35,813 sats. But anchor point 1 and 2 on the top, and then 3 on the bottom. And I mean, as you can see, fell out of it for a second before popping back into it. Okay, but anchoring like that, you can see the heartline support that was there. And now, who knows, right? Who knows? I mean, huge bullish pin bar. I mean, this is an extreme case of a bullish pin bar. I don't know if it'll be used as a reversal, but dude, when you see a bullish pin bar with a wick like that, that's insane, man. But just give it time. 53 minutes left on the 4-hour candle. And again, this is my third live stream of the day, so I'm kind of like winded here. Alright, just came on live to just look at the charts with you. Bitcoin 57.73. And again, not too much time left on this 4-hour candle. Alright. Okay, y'all. Well, what we're going to do is, since we've got things going on, I think it would make the most sense right now to
security measures was not able
turn it over to the king himself.
Which costed us 7,770 BTC, so which come to roughly around 40 million US dollars about now. So we do have the funds, we do have the safe funds set up before, so we will use that to cover it. It is a very unfortunate incident, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Oh my god.
Right now, our main effort is to focus on rebuilding and recovering the system. We need to make sure that we completely eradicate any trace of the hackers in all of our accounts, in all of our data. So that's a very tedious process. So unfortunately, before we finish that, we will not be able to release withdrawals or accept deposits. So we just want to make sure everything's safe. And because we have a very large set of data and we have a very large system architecture right now, we do estimate that it will take about a week. So this morning, a number of people have offered us support from
Justin Sun, man,
topics I will discuss in this regard. And so very soon, I think the team's still debating whether, the team's pretty much decided on encouraging everyone to change the API keys if you trade with using API. So I think that announcement is going to go out any minute now. We do highly recommend people to change their 2FA token, 2FA secret, or reset the 2FA. So disable and re-enable it. So we do advise people to take those security measures as a precaution. We don't know exactly to what extent the number of users affected, because that's kind of hard for us to guess at times. Very movingly, so a number of people have pledged very strong support, including Justin Sun, including Coinbase, including QKC, and a number of other exchanges and projects in our space.
I am not amused.
The current situation is we do have the funds to cover that 40 million. So we are completely okay on the funding side. It does hurt very much, but we are able to cover that. So we do not need the funding help. We have been working with other exchanges to block deposits from those hacked addresses. There's the other topic of, do we want to issue a rollback on the Bitcoin network? Because right now the 7,000 BTC is far higher than, if we distribute that to miners, it will be far higher than the what they got paid for the last few blocks. To be honest, we can actually do this probably within the next few days. But there are concerns about, if we do a rollback on Bitcoin network at that scale, it may have some negative consequences in terms of credibility, for destroying credibility for Bitcoin. So again, the team's still deciding that, and we're running through the numbers and checking everything. So I think throughout this instant, we will try to maintain very high transparency, and we will just we will solicit community help. So the reorg is an idea that came from the community. I actually did not know that we could do that, but there are serious consequences for doing that. So we will take that very cautiously. So I think the biggest thing is, I do want to beg people to forgive us in terms of not being able to withdraw for the next week or so. So we do want to make sure that we are completely secure and we solve everything before we actually turn things back on. So especially the deposit and withdrawal part. So that security is our main concern, and we are working with a number of partners and getting their help. So I don't know if there's so I see a lot of people saying don't reorg. Give me my fund delist. Yeah, so please bear with us. Don't read comments, CZ. We love CZ.
Don't read the comments, Tatum. I get it. Too bad, man.
So I think so if there's any specific questions, I think the text, the chat rolling in the live stream is a bit too fast for me to follow. So that's as much information as I have on the hacking incident. And as more information becomes available, I will share them very actively. I will remain active on Twitter, and all of our accounts will be active. So that's that. So people ask me how I feel. To be honest, I don't feel that well. Mainly,
I think so.
Not in the sense that I feel sick or anything. It's just that, okay, it's not a great day. But at the same time, we have dealt with different type of pressure at different points. Some of the lighter comments I'll share with you guys. One of the comments I received privately says, you're no longer a virgin. So that made me laugh a little bit under the circumstances. I think basically all of our effort is focused on rebuilding and making sure everything's secure, and then we can turn on the withdrawal and deposit as soon as possible. So that will take some time. So please bear with us. There may be there will be a few system upgrades we will have to do during this week, and there may be small periods of time where we have to halt trading for a couple hours here and there for some of the core system upgrades, because we actually do need to make some changes in the system. But other than that, I think the team's very strong. The team's mentally in very good condition, even though we're under pressure. We're dealing with a setback. But I think myself and the team, we all have dealt with higher pressure situations before, and we are okay. So I think basically, Binance will stay. We will stay. We'll probably get even stronger after this, and we'll continue on. So our apologies for the interruption of service and this incident, yeah, please, if we do appreciate your support during this time, and if there's anything that you would wish to communicate to us, I think probably social media is probably the quickest way. I am active on Twitter, and you can reach me there. So business will continue. We will continue. So for many people did try to help us, donate money to us. Our response is the same. We are not short on the funds right now. If people wants to donate, they should consider donating to Binance Charity Foundation. And there's a number of different charity programs on there. Anything that I've personally pledged to donate, including the CSW instant, I will continue to donate. So none of our efforts change. So we will move on. We will still continue our core business. So let me go to the comments on Twitter so that I can address some of the questions that I was previously planning to address under better circumstances. So I'm actually looking at the retweet that I have and just going down the list to see if I can find some of the questions. So let me see. So if there's any other questions in this chat, so I see people rooting for us, which is good. CZ is the boss. What do you want, reorg? Take it easy. So I think, yeah, so thank you for all your support. So let me go meditation. So let me go into the questions that's on Twitter. So the first question, I'm just going down the list right now. We specifically did not prepare a list, and we'll just go from here. So the first one I see is from Rally QT. She's been a long-term supporter of us and very strong supporter. So her first question is Binance chain to BFT consensus to POS in the near future. I think that's something that's probably slightly longer term in the future. We want to get the BFT Binance chain working to a larger extent first. So smart contract possible. We do also smart contracts probably mid to long term. The current focus on Binance chain is to help people to migrate to Binance chain and make it popular. So actually. Let me go back a little.
Hit me up, dude. Let's do some marketing, man. Binance connected.
I did look through some of the comments, and there are a number of common questions being asked. So there's a lot of questions asking about our future plans. One of the difficulties is we can't really predict the future too well, and we can't really forecast our detailed plans too much ahead of time, and things change. While we're working on a lot of things, we can't really disclose everything that we're working on. So anything that's to do with the future, what plans we have, is kind of hard to discuss or to confirm. And the other group is people shilling coins. Why don't we list some coin? Why don't we delist some coin? Again, that's something that we can't discuss publicly. We cannot discuss coins, projects, other exchanges, etc. So for any listing and not listing request, it's better to talk to the project teams. Ask them to submit the Binance listing application form. And if you guys want to know, I have a detailed listing tips. So if you Google Binance listing tips, you will see that. There is a lot of questions regarding margin, stable coins, and the next Launchpad project. So we are working to arrange the next Launchpad project. So we have actually gone through a lot of great length to select the right projects for Launchpad. But we have a few candidates already, and we are finalizing the final candidate for the next Launchpad. Hopefully that will happen in May. And this time we will try to shorten the BNB holding period. So you will probably still be 50 BNB holding to have eligibility. I think the lottery system worked quite well last time. A large number of people got it, and so there was fewer complaints on social media. So that seems to work. So we will probably continue on that format. The exact project name will be announced a little bit later, but now everything's kind of shifted probably down further out a week. We want the next week to focus on what we can, how to resolve this issue and bring Binance.com back live as soon as possible, like fully live. There have been internal discussions about stable coins, whether we want to offer our stable coins.
Ripple
and there's
Kappa.
a few different proposals and plans. So likely something may happen there. Again, plans change very quickly, so we can't really set in stone, commit stuff like that. I think most people have already seen the margin flags added in our API. So yes, we are working on a margin system that's rolling out actually very, very soon. We are actually going to first roll out to a few of our key clients, the large traders, so that they can help us test. They also have agreements with us that if there's a bug, if there's something else, that they will work closely with us. So we will do a gradual rollout of the margin platform. It's actually the margin is actually being beta tested by our internal team. So the features, the code is basically done. We're just testing and ironing out any potential bugs. So those are the sort of new, fairly close new things that will happen very soon. And also on the country side, on the fiat side, we launched Binance Singapore last month, and the next one we are working on. And if you guys follow me on my Twitter, and you will see that we have had a lot of interactions with Singapore. With Argentina. So that's the most likely the next fiat channel we will turn on. So I see a couple comments. They talk about the hack. So you probably joined too late. I did talk about the hack in a lot of depth. So maybe if you listen to this one from the beginning, you will see that.
Oh.
Your hair is gray now. My hair has always been gray, but it's just this light. I'm actually very close to a very bright window, which actually shines the grayness much more apparent. And maybe because I didn't sleep at all last night. So I've been up for 29 hours. So that helps with the gray hair a little bit as well. So continue on with some of the questions. So I will jump into the thread. So I think that answers the third question from Rally QT, Argentina margin trading stablecoin. So I think that addresses all the questions there. Let me see which is the next one I start. Even if you do not have anything to say, I'll watch your superhero. That's from Crypto Sign. Thank you very much. Let's see.
What do you say, CC? What do you say, man?
Okay, I talked about that. When from zip hoodies for ladies, we do have a from zip hoodie version, but we have never given that out. So maybe we should start doing that. Let me see. So from Eomas Turkana, any of this on Binance Diary in the near future? Smart contracts, stable coins, reward and staking, crypto cards, crypto bank. So I think the first three I talked about already. We are working with a couple of different partners on being basically offering credit cards or being able to spend crypto directly from your card. So we are working with a couple of partners on that. I don't know all the exact progress yet. Things happening in a more or less decentralized manner in our organization. Crypto bank, we are not really looking into the banking business. So that's that. The next question is from PVTM Boxmore. Will Binance ever use USD as a base currency? I know it's your business model not to, but it is inconvenient to exchange to Binance when transferring to another exchange and cash out. So Binance.com will unlikely to offer USD direct trading, but we do have a number of fiat gateways in the works. So potentially some of them will be able to support USD. And also some of the payment channels, including paying with a credit card, that's already available. So I think Tolorjo also wants to talk about the hack and reorg. So that's discussed already. I don't know what more I can say. So please roll back a bit, start watching from the beginning, and you will see it.
Thought he was saying Star Wars Worlds for a second. Oh my god.
Go through this list. So I think actually I didn't flag that much. Will you open up opportunities to be Binance validators, or possibly option to stake coins for those who can't be validators? So again, so that's related to Binance DEX. So on the Binance chain, we are that's a little bit early. We're still trying to make sure we have a very we have a very close network of validators running out there. We do not disclose their identities for privacy reasons, and right now we just want to make sure the network works. We, to be honest, have not thought too much about the governance model and the staking and how to become a validator in the past. Once the chain actually have adoption, that's probably the next step. So that will come soon. Turn off noisy fans off this, or okay, so that's just a comment on the Twitter.
Oh, bougie baby, what's up, dude? Hey, welcome, man.
The CZ team. I'm on the team CZ Binance now. I lose whenever I'm not. Thank you. I have a question, sir, for CZ from Philippine projects. Has a chance to get listed on Binance Exchange. So Binance Exchange, we don't differentiate between locations or where the project is. We view the world as one. So every project have the same chance of getting listed on Binance.com. Speaking of that, for projects going forward, we will increasingly consider at a higher priority projects already issue tokens on Binance Chain. So there will be some preference there. So if projects want to get, that will be an easier way to get listed. Okay, I think the next few questions are, so some of the questions in a lighter mood. When will be interplanetary transfer? So I think things will be better without this incident.
I feel so good!
So let me see. What else?
Thanks to you, man, for the 690, man. Thanks so much to Gangster Gangs.
From Cracks Me, when next IEO, when margin trading, when stablecoin. So
When cardboard box.
Already. Let me jump back to the main thread and look at the questions under the main thread. So from Tron Mike 83, just a few boss, will there ever be a drawing tool on Binance app, horizontal lines, etc.? So I hope there will be. But,
Great question. He
I don't know
hopes.
exactly when that will be. So in terms of development priorities, OCO is coming. We've been working on that for quite a while. But again, that's probably delayed for about a week now. Will we be able to change
Irwin Coffee, baby.
settings at some point in the future? We hope to have that as well. But I think right now there's no immediate projects working on that right now. When we sell our crypto into USDT, which version are we getting? Omini, Ether, or Tron? So right now on USDT on Binance.com, we accept deposits for both Omini and Ethereum ERC20 versions. But the withdrawal is only available in Omini right now. As people deposit more ERC20 versions and people withdraw more Omini versions, there will be a point where the two balances flip. Once the ERC20 version is more than 50% than the Omini version, we will probably switch withdrawals into ERC20 version, and then exchange all the Omini versions into ERC20s. I know Tron has issued their version as well. We are looking to see the possibility of supporting that. Just so that it's not that we're against it. It's just that we haven't had time to do all the development. So that's that. Crypto Batsman always asks interesting questions. Will Binance DEX and Binance Chain be open source? So eventually we will be open sourcing Binance Chain and Binance DEX. But right now, I think it's more important to get some traction on the platform. So, and also, to be honest, if we open source it right now,
What's up, is
a similar version of that chain. So, and so that is a consideration we need to consider right now. We want to get some adoption first before we fully open source it. But eventually, we will open source everything.
Huge long-legged doji, man. Insane.
Have cross-chain bridge. So again, that's probably a day two feature. We want to get Binance Chain to have some have some momentum first. So we want to get a number of projects issuing a number of real projects with real market caps to issue on Binance Chain first, and then consider the cross-chain bridging. Initially, with the existing large cap tokens, we will probably do pegging through Binance.com. It's not ideal, but that's the fastest thing to do. Cosmos is trying to do the cross-chain bridging part. but right now they don't have a lot of projects live. They don't have a lot of blockchains live on Cosmos. So once they have more projects, it should be quite technically feasible for us to connect with Cosmos. So we'll see how that works out. How much does Binance change to host IEOs on average? So every project's different. So some, like if you do a popular sale on Binance Launchpad, depends on the project, how many users they have, how mature the product is, what kind of services they need from us, how much of the advisory and consulting they need from us. So that depends on every project. We don't have a set structure. SegWit. So SegWit is on the roadmap, but it's kind of always lower priority because Bitcoin transactions do work right now, and especially with Lightning networks, which have taken the load off Bitcoin main network, because we want to strive to have the safest deposit and withdrawals. So so it's never a super high priority for us. We just got so many stuff that's going on. Do you have any plans to offer any kind of Lightning Network services? So again, I think we talked about that just now. What are your goals by end of 2019 for Binance, Binance Chain, Binance DEX? So I think we just want to increase adoption, to be honest. So we don't really have super grand goals where we have to hit a number, etc. So that's that. Would it be possible to stake the BNB? I talked about that. Which countries haven't visited are on the top of the visit list? So I don't really have a travel schedule or a travel wish list. I just travel whenever the opportunity presents itself. I don't try to go to a country just for touring purposes. I have a feeling that I will travel to many countries just because I have to. So I will continue to do that. What's your biggest secret? I don't really have a lot of.
I have no secrets.
Trying to be as transparent as possible to the extent possible. So there's not a whole lot of secret sauce going on here. We just focus on the issues, and whenever an issue presents itself, we try to resolve it. So now on our hands, we have a pretty big issue to deal with, and we just gotta deal with it the best way we can. Guantam Chugani has a few questions in the picture format. Let me load that. Let me see if I can. So again, a number of people asking for hack details. So if you listen to this live stream from the beginning, we talked about the hack quite a bit. So you can. So it's best to listen to the video stream from the beginning. So I'll address a couple of these questions. So it's been about close to 30 minutes. So please appreciate I do have a lot of issues to address today. So I will cut this off at about 30 minutes. So I'll address a couple more questions here from Gautam Chugani. Has the DEX launch met your expectations so far? What are the big learnings so far? Still early, I understand. So to be honest, the Binance DEX has exceeded my expectations, to be honest. When we first said we were going to develop a DEX maybe about a year ago, I thought it would be an incremental improvement on the current DEXs, but I didn't expect it to be so fast and the UI experience being so smooth. So I think from a product perspective, it has exceeded my expectations. So right now, I think the tech team collectively have done a fantastic job. So right now, it's really up for us to sort of push it out to get the initial adoption, to get the critical mass, and then after that, it should just basically spread on its own. So far, I think it's exceeded my expectations. What are the biggest considerations for projects to choose BEP2 token over other choices? Any early learnings? Yeah, so that's a good question. So there's a lot of benefits. There's a lot of benefits on choosing BEP2. On the technical side, it is much faster to transfer send and receive tokens. It is much cheaper as well, and one block confirmation is final. So there's instant finality. So that's on the technical merits. On the other side, so for the earlier projects that migrate to Binance Chain, we will help Binance.com will help push them, and we will do joint marketing programs. They will get visibility. They will get a lot of exposure, and right now it's quite easy to get listed on Binance DEX. So as more projects come onto the chain, the review process is done by the community. So it's done by a thread. We didn't like the voting. Any voting feature will be manipulated, so we didn't like that. The goal is to have at least 10 times more coins on the Binance DEX than on Binance.com, so that we can select from Binance DEX the more popular coins on DEX, and we will list them on .com. So that's kind of the goal. So there's a lot of incentives on that front. How has the progress been on fiat exchanges launching in Jersey, Uganda, and Singapore? The fiat exchanges, we've been very careful. We follow the local regulatory requirements to the letter. So we've been very careful not to scale them too aggressively. We don't want to step on anybody's toes or step on any landmines, etc. So being very, very careful with expanding that. So we want each regulator to be comfortable with what we're doing. And for example, in Jersey, we have multiple meetings with the regulators, and they are very comfortable with the way we're doing things right now. So we want to be the most compliant fiat exchanges around the world. And we adopted a very similar approach in Singapore as well. So right now, there's only one pair on Singapore. And we're confirming and reconfirming with the regulatory authorities that we're doing everything properly. So eventually you will scale, but we're taking a very careful and compliant approach. So Binance has invested in so many early projects. Teams also help to raise funds on Launchpad. Which segments are you seeing early signs of success in real-world usable applications, blockchains? What part of the ecosystem are you most excited about? So again, I don't really have a crystal ball. I can't really predict the future that much. But we do try to invest in infrastructure projects, anything that can help build the ecosystem. In terms of applications, I think there's a few very obvious ones. There's transfer, there's payments, e-commerce, etc. There's fundraising, which is already probably the biggest killer app right now. I see a number of interesting games coming out of the dApps space, because games can be quite simple, and especially games today, most people play them on the mobile. It's a very short period of attention, so always very simple games. So those things, I think gaming probably have a lot of potential. So between institutional and retail adoption, which ones are you most excited about? How much is Binance focused on institutional clients? So we have rolled out a number of key features for institutional clients, but I think right now, if you look at our user base, the majority of them is retail. So again, we don't judge, we don't decide. We just make sure we offer choices to people. And for example, if large institutions wants to come in and they require certain features, we would develop it for that. So that's that. So I think the time is pretty tight. So I think a number of people who joined late are still wondering about the hack or the security incident. So let me just recap a little bit very quickly on top of my head. Actually, I don't even have the announcement in front of me. But basically,
let me check my notes.
The hacker was able to control a large number of user accounts. Some of them have high depth, have a lot of coins, have a lot of funds, and they were able to structure a withdrawal request in a sense where it did not violate any of our existing security checks. And so that transaction went out, and that's the transaction we posted in the announcement, and 7,000 BTC. So it is a large sum of money. It's equivalent to about $40 million right now. So, but luckily we do have the Saifu fund that will be able to cover it, and we will cover all the funds ourselves from the Saifu insurance fund, and all the user funds are okay. We do need about a week. We need to go through a very detailed security review and process to make sure that the system is completely clean. So that will take more or less about a week or so based on feedback from my team so far. We want to make sure everything's secure before we turn on deposit withdrawals again. But you can check on the blockchain. That's the only transaction that's suspicious. Our cold wallet is intact. The only wallet that's impacted is the Bitcoin hot wallet. All the other wallets are fine. So the funds are secure. We did lose a bit of funds, but we are able to handle that. Other than that, so we're just focused on building everything back up. So that's the highest priority for the next week or so. So I see a lot of people objecting to a rollback. I think there are some ethical and reputational considerations for Bitcoin blockchain for a rollback. So we will consider. So, but it's interesting. That's a tech solution that's presented to us by the community, including some of the core members of the Bitcoin development team. I actually didn't know that before. Actually, it just never occurred to me. But we will consider that very, very carefully, given the feedback we're receiving. So other than that, I think that's all the time I have today. So thank you for your support. And thank you for your understanding and the patience for waiting another week or at least a few days, a week or so, for deposit withdrawals. So thank you so much. We apologize about that, and we hope that after this instant we'll actually become more secure, even though we paid a hefty price. So thank you so much, and we do appreciate your support. And I will be active on Twitter. So if you need to reach me, I will be extra active on Twitter for the next little while. So thank you so much, and yeah, thank you.
Please clap.
Okay, that was it. Let's get that face out of here. Okay. Whew. All right. Hey, Reggie Beauregard, man. He says, Mitch, are my funds safe? Depends if you pronounce it properly. Your funds are safe. If not, no, they're not. You're screwed, Reggie. I'm sorry, man. All right. Yeah, so rollback, what the F, chat, are the implications if a rollback occurs pre-hack? I mean, like, what would happen, dude? Control of the convo. Yeah, sorry, Edward. I know, dude. I was just mesmerized. I was starstruck, dude. It was CZ, man. Can't believe it, dude. Anyway, yeah, so the rollback, I believe, was probably the biggest thing to take from that they're considering that, and I don't know what can happen from it, but on the chart, what Binance is kind of showing is, so we had this huge dump, we broke a critical support candle. I mean, this is obviously, if a candle closes in wicks here, there was a support, we dumped through it, and then we closed, and then the new candle began, and then we ran up and back tested it. I wish you could see it better. Oh, let me turn off Monkey S, sorry. He was our interviewer. So we ran up at open and hit that old support as resistance before selling off, and then from there we dumped all the way down to $19.51 before rallying about $1 up from where we were, and now we're creating this huge long-legged doji, or could be a potential spinning top, which they're both really mean the same thing. It's, you know what they say about spinning tops, it can go either way. You know what they say about long-legged dojis. Long-legged dojis a lot of times are foreshadowing of price action, so we might be seeing a big move depending on this close here. 16 minutes left, a little oversold, and below the 200 moving average, 50 and 20, real bad. This is kind of what's going on right now on the 4-hour on Binance, the US dollar tether. All right, anchor point 1 and 2 on the top and 3 on the bottom. Nice, you get a heartline resistance, 25 support, a little bit of 75 resistance, heartline support, and clearly you see a little bit of 25% support right there, at least momentarily. So a good, nice looking structure developing that has lower highs and lower lows so far on the news of peasantry. Getting hacked, losing 7,000 bitcoins between $38 million and $42 million. So damage control going on with CZ coming on. Periscope. I didn't see one bigger booger pick, so I think we're good there, man. Better than Justin Sun, dude. Okay, if you enjoyed that interview or the coverage of it or whatever, and the memes, hit the like button, the bell, that sub. Thanks for being here. I'm winded. It's my third live stream of the day, man. Okay. A lot of good comments, though. You counted 457 uhs. That's a lot of uhs. Dave and Bella Toy Avengers. Jeez. Maybe you could make a highlight clip. Maybe we go viral with the ums. Landcap said that was weak. Edward, have a good one, dude. I don't even know. I don't think that's possible, is it? I mean, Bitcoin rollback. I mean, what do you even do there? How does that work? Could someone please explain that? Crude efficiency just means like you roll back the servers. You roll back everything the way it was identically to before the hack happened. And I don't even know. It's just Zero says, it just means CZ would be granted too much power over the crypto space. Binance needs to take a hit on this one, but the hackers should not be rewarded. $40 million security consultant. Yeah, dude. Pretty much, dude, I guess. Jeez. Brian Motter, dude, I don't think many people really understand. It would be kind of insane. Has it even ever been done, like, in crypto? I'm sure it maybe has. Especially if he's talking about it so nonchalantly. If wire close coming up, 13 minutes. 13 minutes, tons of indecision on Binance after the huge dumpage, dude. All right.
Thanks, Mitch. I enjoyed.
Thanks, Mr. Shavaman, for the 555 repeating, of course, the Morpheus coin in the jar. Hey, Morpheus is still alive, evidently, so... Whew. Pog. Thanks, dude. Much love. Tons of rollbacks done. Okay, well, let's go to... Yeah, it's only 7,000. Exactly. And really, just to reiterate today, I want to go into it just for a second, and then we'll maybe get a Bitcoin or something, okay? So... Well, actually, never mind. We're not going to do it. Yeah, we will. We will. Hold on. I want to talk about, real quick, just the largest, and we did this in the day stream, but it's important for people that missed it, to talk about the 7 largest Bitcoin hacks, all right, in history. You got the first one being, of course, Mt. Gox, and there was 850,000 Bitcoin disappearing February 2014. Then you had Bitfinex, August 2016. Hackers stole around 120,000 Bitcoins. And then we've got Bitcoinica that in 2012, 101,000 Bitcoin was stolen over 3 separate heists. And then all in vain, 2011, 25,000 Bitcoin were stolen. Number 5 would be Bitfloor, where 24,000 Bitcoins were lost in 2012. Bitstamp, 2015, 19,000 Bitcoins. And number 7 would be Cryptsy, okay, and there were like 13,000 Bitcoins lost and a further 300,000 Litecoins lost, okay, so, you know, it's not even top 7 what's happened here, but obviously it's always a big deal when we're talking about, you know, blockchain and hackings and all that, man. It's like... Well, thanks, CZ, man, for coming on. We enjoyed it, okay? There you go, Stay at Home Dead. Pretty much Game of Cones. Game of Cones. Yeah, only Walmart has rollbacks. Sure, dude. Yeah, right. Did what? Did we do it? Score music, man? No, we didn't, man. Hey, thanks for the 100 likes. Y'all incredible. 100 likes, man. That's wonderful. Thanks for 366 people tuned in as we just watched CZ give us an update. Public flogging almost, a little bit, right? Okay, so this is BNB to the US dollar tether. We looked at BNB to BTC, which had a crazy rally, but this one kind of did too. Again, it went as low as $19.51, down to some critical support levels. We were actually breaching them for a moment before having a huge bounce, so big deal right there. That might have saved your butt, okay? For now, because as you see, like huge amounts of volume on the selling. I guess it's not really, we've seen much more volume than that, but there was definitely a lot, and there obviously is no divergence at all. This all just started happening, okay, today. So, all right, man. Binance Connect. And I mean, like, the reason I've been in no rush to look at Bitcoin is it's literally not moved any, man. It has moved none. I'm talking not just since the stream started, but since I finished my second stream. Okay. Remember, this is the third stream. Alright, so I do want to show you, clean things up a little bit on my main chart. And I want you to see something that could be interesting, and it's definitely some sort of devil's advocate, I guess, or something. Right? Where we have, alright, the first two touch points. Look, we have not, look, from the bottom, we hit the bottom of the pattern, right? But we've run up and we did fail to hit the top. So is this that oh so important partial rise? We don't know yet. I feel like we have this upsloping support. We break that, man. Yeah, probably the partial rise could very well see a plummet all the way to 52.44. Okay, but we're getting there, man. You're getting to a point where the divergence is becoming overwhelming, not just on the 4 hour, but now the daily. All right, you have a little bit of room to run, don't you? Do you see it? All right, but the thing is, though, it's like you have to break. All these yellow lines are extremely important horizontal line supports. They're really resistances now. They were supports back in June, but now they're resistance. And as you can see, we could not sustain prices above it for very long, but that could have been just because of the news on Binance being hacked, a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction that really was pathetic, dude. You're still above the 20 moving average. Give me a break.
Mitch, thanks for the music party last night. You think it's safe to still go in at 5,500, 5,200 while all this is going? Maybe the only way to get value at the bottom? And thanks for keeping us all current with important news. You are really appreciated.
Thanks, Bergolinos. Well, remember, I mean, like, dude, the thing is, there are times to make money, and, well, we made lots of money on the way up. But now we're hitting that sad part of the show, like Game of Thrones, where, I mean, all things come to an end. The runs, they end, but I don't know, taking a long position, I don't just take long positions because there's areas of maybe value there. I have to analyze and see a multitude of variables that all line up that are all saying the same thing. And right now, all those variables are saying bearish stuff, and I really have no idea beyond that, Bergolinos, man. So, like, say we dump here. Okay, because it would make a lot of sense if we did. According to no one now. I mean, everyone's so bullish now on Bitcoin. Like, everyone, dude. Bull run confirmed. It's all over, man. It's like, okay, man. But who in the world's talking about bearish divergence? Who's talking about us being at the top of ascending broadening wedges? Who's talking about us being at critical resistance that stems back to June of 2018? Less people are talking about that than people trying to talk about the dreaded B word, the bull run. Long sustained bull run. Everyone's so obsessed with that. And it's like, I don't know why. It's the trader's market, man. And these are the areas where traders say, okay, high risk for a long position, so going long will be stupid in these areas. Sure, you break it, but maybe this time you broke it and ran to the upside, but 8 out of 10 other times or 9 out of 10 other times it's not going to work out the way you think it will. Or where you don't use any technical analysis in your argument by saying we're in a bull run, right? What's the argument, dude? Like, these people that are saying bull run confirmed, all that, they have no technical analysis behind their statement. So that means they don't have an argument. They're just being euphoric, and they're being those people that we dread and hate from the 2017 Great FOMO that spread all this misinformation and made people lose a ton of money. All right. Stay at home, Dad. Thanks for the $1 super chat. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right, so we've got a very steep upsloping support. and we're getting squeezed between the upsloping support and the horizontal line resistance, and we know there's even above us there's upsloping resistance too. Okay, and there's also the 1/6/1/8 of extension. There's also we've already hit the 3/6/1/8 pretty much, right? I mean, it's been hit, man. That's the end of the line for this pattern, for this bearish crab pattern. The 3/6/1/8 is it. So you cannot go higher than that, and we haven't. And it looks almost identical to Ethereum on its bearish crab that has played out. Got 2 targets. Okay. Anyway, so that's really what's going on with Bitcoin. People, yeah, go ahead, man. It's the same. I'm used to it. I'm used to, like, when all the technical indicators are saying really bearish stuff, and then you have a bunch of other people that don't study this stuff, that just feel it's good for their clicks, it's good for their channel to just talk about bull run confirmed. When it's like, nah, dude, it's not. It's not. It's not even how it works, man. So y'all go ahead and keep saying that bull run confirmed, but do you even bearish divergence at critical areas of resistance after runs that have been going on? Dude, this run's been going on since December of 2015, pretty much. Dude, it's May now, man. We've had like 5+ months of the bulls pretty much being in charge, right? December 15th is when it all ended for the bears, right? We never saw that low again. We may never see it again for a while, right? I mean, like, if we do. But the thing is, I mean, you can't argue with the fact that we're hitting a ceiling right now, and we're showing tons of weakness on multiple time scales, indicators, oscillators on multiple time scales. Sorry, my noise canceling headphones just died, and when they die, there's this really large, like, pop that goes off, and that just ruined my brain. Okay, that hurt really bad. Wow. Mind you, these headphones are super old. I'm talking, these headphones take me back to college, and I have evidence of that via a college project I was doing. Okay.
Thanks, Mitch. I was actually wondering if you think it's safe to convert our used into BTC, when they will keep our funds converted into BTC inside Binance.
Well, it's I don't really know, man. I don't know if that's gonna see. I would think, yeah, it'd be okay, but dude, this stuff's so new and weird. I wish I could give you a clear answer, man. Is it like safe for me to say, like, I don't have the answer to that? I don't have the best answer, and I think chat could probably help a lot better than me on something like that. Remember, but simple TA, man. And studied simple TA on traditional markets, remember? So it's like, these answers aren't to my specificity, right? It's not something that I'm really that well versed on, and I'm never going to say I am if I'm not, right? So, sorry, Brooklynas, I wish I could help more, man, really. But I think you would appreciate me not knowing and saying I don't know versus, oh yeah, totally, dude. Totally. 100%. Play the ad. You want me to play the ad, dude? I don't even know if I can find it, dude. Hold on. It's going to be tough to find. I'm going to look for it. We can play. It's not long. It's like 30 seconds. So you type in Mitch Ray, and it just, like, everything. Oh, I found it. Oh my god. I found it, dude. Alright, we're going to watch this real quick, okay? Wait. What is it doing? Okay, y'all. Watch this and enjoy.
Are you tired of the so-called space conservers known as earbuds? Those things never stay in your ears. There's no noise-canceling technology, and they constantly get tangled to no avail. But now, you no longer have to worry. The Bose headset gives you all you need. This beautifully designed innovation is a manifestation of auditory brilliance. No longer will you be constrained to the outside noises of your leisure. With the new Bose headset, we have instilled our noise-canceling technology to tandem with maximum comfortability. Worried about the tangled cords? Just unstrap the detachable input from the headphones themselves. So what's the point of expending an uncomfortable, tenuous earbuds? There isn't one. The Bose headset will take your ears to places they have never been. Call now.
I am not amused.
Only a little embarrassing. Just a smidge of cringe, okay, man? Just a smidge. Jeez. Thanks, Burgolinos, man. Playing with your bitcoins is like playing with your emotions, Smokey. How many cheeseburgers did Smokey get today, Brian Modern Man? Probably not enough, alright? No, these were definitely not $1,000 headphones, dude. Give me a break, dude. Hey, 4 Hour Candle has closed, man. Oh my god. Those connect. Hey, I made an A. Whatever, dude. Yeah, dude, that was, years ago. That was like my last year of college. Yeah, absolute last year of college. Heck, man, it might have been like one of my last semesters. I think it was like legit my last semester of college. Okay, so we're on Bitcoin anyway, and the 4 hour closed, right? So here you are, man. As we just had a nice pivot and stayed somehow, some way above the 20 moving average. Maybe we can commence our run up and maybe hit that 6,067 area. If that was, I mean, look, dude, I'm just saying anchor point 1 and 2 here. I'm thinking outside the box, man, okay? And if that's the case, man, that's a partial rise. It confirmed, well, I mean, that's not confirmed because we could pivot here and run again. But you got to be worried. If we somehow made a double top up here, we're going to have maybe even lower levels of positive momentum than before. But as you can see, still trying to make our way on up, right? That's right, man. No cash on delivery. Bull market crappa, not kappa but crappa, dude. All right, we're getting back. We're getting into the yellow area. Okay, must be breached if to be kings, but we will never ever be kings if we can't break that. Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all are all calling now. Well, I'm sorry, the number I think's fake. Okay. Headphones only last like 1 or 2 years, Don. Well, dude, mine, dude. These things are incredible. They're insanely good. I take them everywhere I go. And they kind of like so the thing is, I ended up getting a new one of these. This is the battery for it, and so I could notice that the battery wasn't holding a charge anymore. And so when I got a new one, no problem. That's the only thing I've had to do to change things up is just get a new battery. They're really cheap, so. It was Kangage. The only thing is, like, it starts with like leather, and all the leather's gone, dude. It's like every single amount of leather that was on, like, I guess etched on top of whatever the cloth material is. It's deteriorated away. Every time it starts to get some momentum, something bad comes out. I'm sorry, Pimp Daddy, I can't hear you over all these sick, insane gains where we went from 3150 all the way to 6,000 almost, dude. I mean, you can say that all you want, but that's all contextual. I mean, to us, if you've been a regular viewer of this stream or you've been participating in this market for the past few months, man, you're a winner, dude. You're a real big winner. It's just sometimes there's more opportunity and sometimes there's not as much opportunity. And right now it's like, for me, I'm like, dude, this is so high risk. I mean, What, were you not able to make hay while the sun was shining back during the altcoin spring, and then Bitcoin, bullish Gartley, and then like the huge run up on the first, man? I mean, there was so much opportunity. Yeah, let's get someone order a Binance hoodie. Stat. Okay. Excellent bald and bearded man. Nostalgia, man. That's right, Michael Marks Kings, man. You read my mind. You read my mind. All right. And thanks for the 326 people tuned in right now. Hey, can we get a like spike? Think there's any way possible? I mean, it sounds crazy, but could we get 200 likes for my third live stream of the day? I mean, we could do it, man. We have the technology, we have the people, we have the Bitcoins to make it real, dude. We also have the CZs and the Binances too. Yeah, maybe Pimp Daddy Plum, but again, dude, critical resistance. This is how you should respond after a nice, stupendous run up, and you hit these areas with bearish divergence. You should be pulling back. You should be making moves. Like, that's the way TEA is. I mean, this lower levels, positive momentum, and relative strength. Not good. What is Audio Technica? Sounds bad, man. Sounds real bad, dude. I just wish people, like, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm already just seeing it. Like, I'm not even trying to. It's just like literally anytime YouTube pops up on that homepage, it's like I'm seeing recommended because I am a crypto-centric streamer, I guess. I'm just seeing, oh my god, all the thumbnails due to the euphoria. It's like, oh god, here we go again. Can we just get back to a bear market so I don't have to deal with all these bandwagon people that only really care about Bitcoin being bullish? I mean, that's the thing, dude. So many of these scrubs quit and they're back now with their dead communities, and they're just trying to get back in on things, man. And now they're just doing a real bad disservice for the space because, like, yeah, now you're back in crypto after it's run and almost pretty much doubled its value from where it was, its nadir level, 2018. I mean, and now you're trying to tell people, oh, bull run confirmed and all that. So get out of here, man. Just go back to doing what you were when we were all, when, you know, the bulls were in hibernation. Just leave us alone, dude. All right? We don't need that crap in this space, dude. I'm just tired of these people that don't even know what they're talking about trying to say bull run confirmed. It's just stupid, dude. No, they're already back, Don Jones. What are you talking about, dude? Brandon, that's a good question. It wasn't deleted by any mod here. It says it was deleted by the Google moderator team. Normally that's when people are spamming racist stuff. But, dude, it's very rare. It's probably the third time I've ever seen anyone's message deleted by the Google moderator team. I don't even know what that is, dude. Okay. There wasn't anyone in here. Oh, did y'all see that Carlos Matos came out with a video? Dude, he was... I didn't get a chance to watch all of it because schedule, right? But time. But dude, he was pretty humble guy. I mean, he admitted everything that he did wrong and how stupid and wrong and what a failure he was. He really did admit it. So good on him, I guess. But dude, what he did was kind of unforgivable, right? All right, so just kind of moving up. All right, breaking to that first yellow trend line, yellow horizontal line. We got to break above 58.50 convincingly and hold above it. We have to do that, man. You've got to understand that's it. 58.50 is King's Landing's gates. All right, we had breached King's Landing, but we talked about as White Walkers, these pesky scrub humans had some sort of dragon glass mechanism and pushed us back out, and so we're now still trying to breach the gate they put back up. Okay, that's it. You still have your 300 Litecoin land cap? That's right, Epic Eddie, man. Oh, you were asking about Coinbase Pro deposit issues? No, I have no idea, man. He's not legit at all, Don. He's not even close to legit. He's out of his mind. But it was at least like, okay, that's good at least that he did that. But it only took him like a year and a half or something to come out with a video. Bullrun Connect. David Stevens says he hates it when YouTubers chose to be in denial just so they can get more views. How can I? No, it's not even about denial. I think it's them just not knowing how to read a chart, because of course they've never participated in a traditional market, so they don't know what they're talking about. They just think, oh, I see green numbers. We've seen green numbers for days, but they don't know how to read this. They don't know how to read what the chart's telling us. Okay. I don't think exchanges are blocking deposits together. No, dude. That'd be crazy, dude. Julia, I think it's an algorithm thing. It has nothing to do. There's not an actual Google person in here being like, oh, look, what's Ray looking at, man? Is he looking at Bitcoin? Or maybe robots do that. I don't know. They could become self-learned, and then we're screwed, Julia. The Google jabronis just waltz in and do their thing. Brian, don't be a jabroni, man. Don't be a jabroni, dude. Okay, holy crap, we got 6 more. Are you kidding me, dude? 6 more likes. Y'all are just incredible, man. Like, I just can't believe the way this community's grown, and it just gives me faith left for, or hope left in humanity, man. It's just like, how can some of the peasants in this space, you know, have a following. It's like us being rational, trying to protect people and preserve capital, and trying to keep you grounded when you should be grounded here. You should be rational to believe that a sell-off could occur, whether it's now or if we run up 1 or 2 more times, it still seems likely. Fish, you're saying that London is about to wake up to this, and he said if he woke up to this, he'd be selling. But that's just the FUD. I don't know, man. If you wake up and you see a crazy bounce of a 20 moving average and an upsloping support, you might be like, dang, dude. But again, man, I don't. You just gonna ignore bearish divergence on the 4-hour? You just gonna ignore bearish divergence on the RSI, on the daily, and the MACD? Which, I get it, man. I get it. It could just keep building and pop and run to the upside and hit 6,027, then dump. But, man, I'm just saying, lower levels of positive momentum, lower levels of relative strength, very, very real. Triple RSI, bearish divergence, man. And the thing is, all that's going on, and you're overbought right now. Also overbought. So, good luck, man. My music's not good? No, I think we're okay. Dang, dude. Thanks for all the new subs today, man. If you're new here, we try to, I mean, the mantra of the show is you investing in yourself, okay? So you can be self-reliant. You can read these charts, and you don't have to go into a live stream. You can do it yourself. What about traders? They will replace us. Beep. They already have on the stock market. The majority of trading done on the stock market, 60% plus, is done by algos and bots. We're already being replaced. If people, there are many day traders that have said that in the stock market that it's not viable anymore because of the algorithms. It's not. I mean, swing trading, much more viable. Don Jones says a lot of these crypto YouTubers are crypto insiders, ICO buyers. Yeah, and also they produce very little value to the space. Really, right? Like, they're just regurgitating news from some other source, and that's about it, man. That's all they're doing. So they're not getting tipped much because they're not, again, really helping people. And so they have to. They're like pigeon-footed into having to shill scrub coins because it's the only way to make money for them because they don't know how to trade. Hey, Lindsay Collins, thanks for the sub. Kings and Queens, welcome. Okay. So again, man, sure you pivot here, you've pivoted, but I've done it before. I've been here. It's like you're all alone in your feelings and thoughts on things. But all you have to do is just give it time. I mean, Dad 23, I don't know what is best, but if you're asking what I prefer the 20, the 50, and the 200 simple moving average. That's what I use. But I wouldn't say it's the best. I don't know what would be best. It's just what I prefer. It's the way I learned. R2D2 making bank, dude. Yeah, he is, man. He really is. Exactly, Virgus Games, man. That's why, well, like, hey, no one wants to collaborate with me because my substance is too complicated for them. They'll just be sitting there like, while I'm just reading the chart. Like, I didn't understand any of that. Thanks. What do you think about Patcoin? It's a trash can coin. No one cares. That's going to be the extent of my collaboration with S-Coin YouTuber, okay? It just won't go well. That's right, content creators are greater than content readers. Exactly. Oh my God. Is this a 25-hour live entertainment network? Beep bomb. Yes, man, it sure is, dude. It sure is. Dude, of course I'm not. What is the best, XRP Roshi? You know, it's like, it's such an abstract and subjective term. There is no such thing as the best. The best is what the viewer thinks, right? Your internet's being a scrub, Brian. I'm sorry, man. Rest in peace, Brian's scrub internet. All right. I'm sorry it's being such a butt. All right. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's Bitcoin. Alright. Let's see what we can do. The yellow lines. We got an alert set up. If we break this, man, I'm be hearing the beep. You're gonna be hearing the beep if I'm live, okay? Again, live. Third time today. One at 3:30 Eastern. One at 7 Eastern. And now one at 11 Eastern. Okay. So we're burning the midnight tequila, I guess you could say. Alright, so what's been developing, it seems, on Ethereum for quite some time is the potential bearish Gartley. I mean, it started its development on that first impulse from X to A, November 7th, 2018, all the way down to December 15th, 2018. And since then, we had a nice rally, sold off, made a higher low, 78% retrace before running again. And we got as high as $187 before selling off, but pivoted off the 50-day moving average. Also an equidistant channel support, and we bounced, but the bounce we have not yet hit where we would exactly want, and that's between 192 to 198 or so. All right, that is the perfect entry, all right, for your short position on Ethereum. 78.6% retrace from X to A, and then from B to C, a 1414 fib extension. We have a beautiful confluence zone at our PCZ, our pattern completion zone. All right, it's great, man. When you have confluence of two different fib extensions, or not really, you know, obviously X day is not a fib extension, it's just a normal fib. Sometimes you have two fib extensions on certain harmonics, but I'm saying on this one, it's like you have a fib that is confluent with a fib extension. And they're both critical areas where normally price action reverses. All right, so up here we'd be wanting to see some really nice bearish divergence develop, and we could get it. We could in time get that. So still patiently waiting. 140 was something we also wanted to see. Don't know if we're going to get there, but we very well could if Bitcoin wants to dump, man. All right. So that's your Ethereum, man. We can wait. This one's been developing for a long time. Michael Arlap, breakdown, I think 5,200 is very possible. That's the bottom of the upsloping support of the pattern we've developed since April 2nd. But then there are many other targets below that. If we were to break that pattern, well, we could get into it. Dang, dude, why didn't you ask when I was on Bitcoin for like 30 minutes? What is this? Oh, my bad, dude. Sorry. Which one is this actually, dude?
That's a scam!
Okay, good. That's a scam. Carlos Matos. We got scams everywhere, dude. Okay, wow. Actual structure on Ethereum. Things going on Bitcoin. And it's like, do we even have to look at XRP, chat? Please have mercy on me and don't make me look at XRP. Alright, dude. Fireworks for Sourgirl. Kappas. No Kappas. Alright. I think, dang, dude, yeah, 200 likes. That means Bradford somewhere has to take a shot at Quilla's. Okay. Sorry, let me read some chat. Okay. It's going to be okay. That's right, dude. Sub XRP Moon. Joe Lewis, man. The hat trick? Yeah, I guess so, man. Number 3, dude. Ed McCracken, dude. What's up, man? Interesting. Yeah, very bad, man. Very bad. So many supports. So many supports broken. Let's see here. But yeah, maybe so, dude. Let's talking about here. Bat Connect. 52, fine, no big deal. We're gonna use the wicks here, bruh. We're gonna use the candle closes. Let's try the wicks first. 78.6% retrace is at 4,000 sats roughly. Okay. Let me just get my book out, make sure I got everything good. We're meeting criteria. I think we might be too high on that 786 with a wick, but we could always use candle closes and be fine. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. No, it's way too high. Oh my god, it's extremely... Alright, let's do candle closes to candle closes then, alright? How do we do there? Ooh, it was close, man. It's real close, but dang. See, the thing is, it's still too high, man. It really is, okay? You need to have, right up here, this can only go between a 100% retrace and a 141.4% retrace. We retraced, even trying to make this work, dude. Trying so hard, we're at a 163% retrace. It's too dang high. Someone give me that meme, dude. Hey, Mason Kogan, man, thanks for the $4.11, dude. He says, thanks for all the tips today, man. Thank you for the tip right there, man. Super chat, dude. Kings, man. Really appreciate that. Cheers. But unfortunately, man, too high. It is, in fact, too high. Did all I could, man. I tried. But, you know, either way, dude, 786 is down here. So we'll see if we can get some sort. We know it's invalid. We know it's pretty much but can we get, well, by the time we get down here, and we rally, retrace, pivot, sell off again, whatever, if we do sell off, I mean, look, you've fallen, I mean, you're really at these critical supports right now, aren't you? I mean, this is the area that we fell to before, and we were saved for one more rally, but now it seems as that rally is all but gone. And yes, we might bounce here and retrace, make a lower high and sell off again, retrace again, sell off again, right? In time, it could be June, late June by the time we get here, right? We do it like this, man. If you do it like that, just extend it out a little bit, which make give it plenty of room to run to the upside downside. You're looking at like July, like late July, and by the time we get there, right? So yeah, we'll leave it up like that, bat connect, but we know you went way too high. But hey, it's crypto, right? The thing about crypto is this market is a little bit insane. Some people argue that on certain indicators like the RSI, you wouldn't worry about, you know, and 70, you'd worry about 80. And so on the RSI, I was like, what? So I don't know, man. We're in the Wild West trying to do the things we learned in traditional markets, trying to apply them here. So my music's done, dude. What the heck? Hold on. Oh my god. Okay, let's see, dude. Oh, y'all, dude. Alexa, remind me.
What's the reminder for?
80s day and night.
When should I remind you?
Tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m.
Okay, I'll remind you tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Boom. Also, kills for a living. He said we would be at, what was it? He said we would be, I'm clicking on it, but it's not letting me do anything with it. Okay. Anyway, Kills for a Living made a call. He said like 4,000 by like Friday or something, which I'm like, okay, maybe, dude. We'll see. Sorry, man. I'm just going to put on some music. All right, back connect. You got a long time before that hits, if it does, and then we don't even know if it's valid. So. Kevin, I'm glad you got some value out of the fib video, man. That's great, dude. Very good, man. Very good. And keep rewatching it if you need to. Refer to it when you need it, okay? Is Alexia my secretary? I'm sorry, secretary is not PC. We would call them administrative assistants. King Logan, come on, dude. But he said 4,400? Was that what it was? Which patterns, Ed? Which patterns? I like measure moves and stuff. I guess it depends, but I like candle closes a lot. That makes it more conservative of a measure move. But then you might miss out because it might be interpreted more that the wicks were used. What were you saying, Mr. Shaverman? Falling wedge, 3 bottom touch points. Daily falling wedge? Nah, dude. I mean, maybe. Actually, yeah, maybe. We'll call that more of a pennant, though. It's really small. Really small pattern, dude. Maybe, man. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. And guess what? With that, you got a little bit bullish divergence. Okay. I think I've looked at this and it didn't save. Go figure, right? Okay. Alright. Something like that, man. Yeah, maybe falling wedge, but maybe hunchback in Notre Dame. Head and shoulders too, right? Neckline. Left shoulder head. Right scrub shoulder. You broke out with the measure move, dude. Measured move puts you down at 23 cents. I wouldn't put it past ICX, the US dollar tether, to not hit that. I mean, at some point it wants to, man. So, yeah, man, maybe, but I mean, see what I'm saying, dude? It's just like, I don't know, dude. I don't like really trust these S coins. I mean, dude, they'll look promising and then they'll just completely get destroyed, dude. I mean, I love when they were after complete evisceration. I love playing them because of all the crazy, look, this double bottom and the bullish divergence that went with it. It's beautiful, man. So nice. But this is I get it, yeah. 2 converging down sloping trend lines with very minor amounts of divergence, yeah. I see it though. I seen it. Yeah, it looks okay, man. It looks okay. And look, you might get a run up and then sell off again to lower prices, right? Yeah, interesting, dude. It's definitely interesting. Look, a low on price and like the same low as like a double bottom, but he ran up, no demand, and then sold off again, man. Real bad. Really, really bad. There's some support, just a little bit. You're trying to hold this 31 cent area, but if you don't hold that, man, chances are you're probably coming down to 28.96 cents if you don't hold this. Okay. All right, man. Maybe a falling wedge, but very well might not be done at all. Selling off. So I can't give you Fibonacci. Wherever, I mean, you can just do a measured principle, I guess, right? Low to high. And just wherever we break out, that's the measured move. But I like Fibonacci a lot, so I'm not able to fib because I don't think this is the bottom. I don't know this is the bottom. I think there's, you know, very weak support, and this support could get a lot stronger down at 28.97 cents or whatever. Okay. That's it, man. ICX Connect. Dang, dude, I've been live for an hour and a half now. Are we kidding? Is this serious? Is this real life anymore? So that's like, had like a 2-hour live stream, an hour live stream, now an hour and a half live stream. Jeez, man. Sure thing, Miss Shepard, man. Anytime, dude. Alright, zoom in a little bit. You can see we're just in the midst of the crazy resistance area, the insane resistance area, King's Landing gates, right here. They're all pictured in yellow. So a little more. Mr. USA Ganami. Thanks for the top hat, dude. Kings. That's pretty weird, Michael David. Did y'all see that? What he said? He said this is just in an interesting 7,000 Bitcoin was moved in July of 2018, where an emergency maintenance took place on Binance. 7,000 Bitcoin is the same amount withdrawn today. Several funds. Okay, y'all. So, thank you for the bluebird, Mr. Ganami. I'm probably saying your name wrong. I apologize. I am but simple TA, man. And we see Bitcoin rallying. Alright, so, look, y'all. I think what I'm going to do is just get some rest, man. I've gone nonstop all day. I mean, I had like 20 minutes to eat. 30 minutes or something. And that was it, man. Alright. We'll do a rundown real quick. Mason, man, thanks to Super Chat. Ed McCracken, Brookalinos again, Mr. Shaverman, Reggie Beauregard, and Jurgen. Thank y'all for the contributions tonight. It means a lot. All right, contributions you make to the stream get reinvested so I can produce better content for you. All right, always. So this concludes the third live stream for May 7th, 2019. Appreciate each and every one of you. Sleep well. Have those stops set up. And be kings. Till next time, respect the TA.
name is JP. I am a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
I am not amused. Adios, turd nuggets.